Hi everyone, myself Ramachandran. In this video, we are going to know 10 things need to decide before working on research paper. This is the title today we taken. So in this we are going to see what are 10 main things we have to decide before going to start writing a research paper or start doing a research work. Okay, so I didn't made like ascending order, descending order. I just given the random things. So these 10 things you have to take into consideration before thinking of starting a research work. And for little updation, from January onwards, in our previous video where I discussed about Web of Science, Scopus, and Google Scholar. So I told in Web of Science there are three categories: SCI, SCIE, and ESCI. And currently they merged from 2020 January onwards. There is no SCI, SCIE. Both are merged and brought into single term, which is called as SCI expanded. So they made a single list. So they don't want to give. They merged two lists actually. That's the thing I want to tell you. Comes to today's topic. So the first and foremost decision when you are thinking of writing a research paper is the purpose. So what is the purpose behind to start writing or start doing a research work? Usually people does for getting a MTech degree or for a PhD degree or goes for promotion. And rare cases people does with fashion also. That is totally different. Fashion or trying to learn some new methods, trying to learn some new methods like that. It's like a hobby or apart from professional career, they are doing it in this way. So these are the main. Maybe some other way will be there, but 95 to 99 percentage of people concerned with this four categories, either promotion or PhD or MTech or fashion. So which you are thinking, whether you are thinking of going for writing a paper for PhD and for promotion or for MTech or for patient. This one you have to think in the mind because these decides what you want to do. Because suppose say example, if you want to do PhD, you want to write one paper for PhD, definitely your guide approval is very important. Otherwise, he will not consider the paper for the PhD work. Same thing comes to MTech. And for promotion, they may keep some standards. Suppose, say, example, there are some institutes, people they consider only Scopus papers. There are some institutes they consider only impact factor journals. So when you are thinking about the promotions, you have to concern whether you are satisfying the promotion needs or institution needs. That's a concern about there. And fashion, obviously it is your wish what to do. There is no rules or regulations or which the constraints which binds you. You can work the way you want because you are not concerned about any of the things, and you are not concerned about anyone. So remaining other things, BTech, MTech and PhD, you need to get a guide approval, and for promotion you have to satisfy the standard which is set by the institute to get the promotion. So this is the main thing when you are concerned about the research work. Apart from that, if you are doing it as a patient, obviously if you are not concerned all the three, then definitely it will not be considered for those three. Now comes to second one, which is area. Now, area of research work. So, people mainly thinking about domain specific, or is there are some people who are even goes for topic specific, and there are some people who are interested in interdisciplinary. So, which topic? So which topic or which domain? Domain is the bigger. You can order like topic is the smallest one, and comes to domain then goes for interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary you are having wide options. Domain if you scrutinize then it becomes little lesser, then goes to topic further lesser. So which one you are thinking? So that you have to decide. And obviously BTech, the study like MTech and PhD, you will go with the topic only. But if you are thinking about promotion and patient, you can think of other things also. Then comes to third one, type of research work. What type of research work you are thinking of? So the first thing is experimental research, where you are doing certain experimentations, so some analysis, certain components making, all the things, physical work you are doing, and you are documenting all the data and you are interpreting the results. So that is experimental research. Comes to numerical research mainly working with softwares, various softwares people are using to create some numerical methodology, numerical analysis, so on, design analysis, CFD analysis, or MATLAB analysis. So many analyses are there. So that is fully numerical related things. Then third things comes under literature review. So this is also one type of research work. People think may this give little less impact, but I can tell you more than the about two. The literature review gives more impact because you are reading so many content given by so many people, and you are consolidating and giving it as a single paper, so that individual paper counts almost all the papers which is listed before. So that much impact it is there. So that is also one type actually. So you can work on that one. Then the final one is case study. So case study means what, you are taking a particular case, and maybe it is a survey case, or it will be like mainly it implements with statistical analysis. So that also one type of work people are working. So in this, which one you are thinking about? So that you have to think about it before thinking of next thing. And another one is the biggest and foremost problem is publication. So publication means what? A simple thing. So where you want to publish? That's a $1 million question. So whether you are thinking of journal or conference, or you are thinking of book chapter, final one is patent. So in this, in which way you want to publish? People mainly, whenever they are writing, they are not concerned where to go, they complete it and their things. But if you decide before itself, you can put only that much amount of work. Suppose if you are thinking about conference, you will write with respect to that perspective, so you will satisfy the minimum quality what you want to do for that particular conference. And same thing about journal, what you can say, book chapter and patent. So if you have idea, you can start from the template design itself. You can take a template of journal or conference or patent or book chapter and start doing the things, so that your work will be faster. So that's another thing. So comes to the fifth one. So fifth one is collaborations. Really, collaboration is a very nice term actually, and if you are having more collaboration, your research work will be much better, right? So if a individual guy, a single guy is doing work, and two people are doing work, and three people are doing work, four people are doing work, obviously the four people who are doing work will be the much best one in compared to a single guy. And another one thing, so if you are having a collaboration, definitely when you are doing a collaboration, you will think to get the best people in that particular topic or domain. So everybody will be expert in that. Definitely that particular work will have more quality, and the knowledge which the paper gives, that is really good. So how to collaborate? The first foremost thing is you can collaborate with the faculty who is working in your department, or else if it is little interdisciplinary, you can go to another department. Or you are doing PhD or MTech, then you can think about your guide, and obviously you can ask your guide to get one more collaborator if you want. No, I want to do little more bigger. Then you can go for another institute or university, and this collaboration is also helpful for you to get the resources. Let's say example, some institutes is having some good instruments. Then you can collaborate with that particular, institute faculty or particular person, so that you can get instruments also for your research. So that kind of things will be there, and obviously other stuff also you can get. Then finally comes to national level, until yeah, the entire country you can think of scope, or else going for international level. Obviously, in international level, you will get trouble of connecting, but nowadays with internet and all, very simple. And a little trouble will be there when you are shifting the specimens from institute to institute. Small issues will be there, but you can tackle it. So that's not a very big deal. When you are having an international collaboration, definitely even our government and it gives most of the people respect such kind of collaborations. And there are some people who does collaborations. Whom they are saying it is collaboration and but they are not doing really, so that's a bad thing about it. But if you are doing it as a collaborative project, definitely both people will get benefited. The sixth one is budget. So when you are thinking about the project, I know most of my students and most of the things, most of the people leave the project due to the budget, because they are not concerned about the budget. When you are talking about budget, it is a very important thing, because obviously nobody feels to pay so much money. So you have to decide how much you can able to pay for that particular project, or whether you are getting a funding from institute. Obviously, and second thing, when you are thinking of getting a funding from institute, how much time it takes, what all procedure, whether you can hook up with that. These all things you have to think when you are thinking about the institute funding. Same thing about getting funding from the government agencies and private agencies. What type of procedure, all the things you have to learn before you are thinking of starting writing a paper. Grant proposal and grant acceptance will be there, so that you have to go before. So these things you have to decide whether you will go for first proposal, then you will go for grants, then you are starting a project, or else you are starting by yourself, or you are getting a funding from your institute, and how much money. These are all things you have to concern about this. So budget is one of the main thing, and numerous people fail to do that. That's why they have to leave the project in the middle. So that's the thing. Comes to seventh one. Seventh one is availability of resources. One of the biggest problem. People have mindset bigger. They want to do so many big things, but they are in the very remote area. So maybe their institutes may not have such kind of instruments. What they will do? So obviously they will be in trouble. So that's why I told you about the collaboration choice. Anyway, if you are thinking about such kind of things, you have to plan before starting the work. You cannot start the work and thinking of collaborations. So you see what all instruments you need, what all raw materials you need, and what all softwares you need. These all things are available nearby, or else little far, whether you can get it or whether you cannot get it. These all things you have to decide. Otherwise, if you suppose example one particular raw material you believed 100% and you are not getting that raw material, till you are not getting that raw material you cannot complete the project. Same thing about the instruments. So if you planned it and because of that instrument or because of that raw material you want to wait for 3 4 years, then that's not the right way to do the work. So you have to decide which raw material and instruments and where we can get, and everything you have to finalize. Comes to eighth one. So this is one of the another one thing, like time period. It looks funny thinking about the time, but obviously you have to think about the time. It's also like you are doing your PhD, MTech. You have to think about a particular paper, whether I have 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months. How much months I'm thinking of dedicating for this particular research paper, and I have how I am planning. Usually, people use Gantt charts to do that for the research work. Even I'm saying you for writing a paper also you have to do the same. Otherwise, obviously you will skip the time and it will keep on postponing. That kind of things will spoil the entire research work quality, as well as your motivated. You will get demotivated due to the postpone of the work. So think about a particular setup. This much days, this much months. I decide for this particular paper and I will complete this particular paper on the particular stipulated time. So that is another one. Then comes to standard. Obviously, when I was talking about the purpose, I told you about you have to satisfy the standard given by university or your PhD project guide or MTech project guide, or else if you are doing by your patient, you set some target or some things. So usually people three standards they take, mainly Web of Science and Scopus, and if these two things are not there, they are thinking about the patent. Apart from that, in Web of Science also, some of the institutes they are concerned only impact factor journals. They are thinking, okay, more than one impact factor, more than three impact factor, more than four impact factor. So what kind of set? There are some people they will say only unpaid journals. There are some people who are concerned about, okay, paid journals, but they should have some good impact factor. So what kind of rules you set your rules, and you think that particular quality I have to create a paper and I will publish there only, because otherwise it's useless. So you have to think about such kind of things. Final, the 10th one, maybe you are thinking that will be very small, software knowledge. Okay. My experience when I was completed one paper, that journal people asked me to send the paper in latex format, but till that time I don't know latex, and I got into trouble. So I searched people who are knowing latex, and I was roaming here and there, and almost I taken 10-15 days to complete it. So that's a problem. If you know, before you are thinking of doing a research work, definitely you need to learn softwares. Of course, latex is editing software, but if you want design software, you want analysis software, you want a statistical analysis software, so many softwares. What all softwares may be needed, better learn it and install it in your computer, so that you will do the project, or you will complete the research paper very faster, without any much delay. So this is the 10 things I just want to share you, and I think I covered up all the things, the pre-preparation, or the things to be decided before starting the research work. Thanks everyone, and if you want to know something related to this, you can comment on it, so that I will discuss much further. Thank you so much.